Hi, I'm Mike Vladimir from Orange, Silicon Valley, and I have written some code for the LittleBits Arduino. The thing that I love about LittleBits is it's super fast. You can snap it together, make any circuit you want in seconds. It's really fast, really easy. When I got my LittleBits Arduino out of the box, it comes with no code. The code's empty. And so I wanted to write some code so that I could get it working just as quickly as all my other LittleBits pieces. LittleBits, there's some digital types of circuits you can play with. You toggle a button on and off, it makes the light go on and off. You have analog, where you have a dimmer that you can turn a knob and control it that way. So I wanted a similar functionality for my Arduino. So the Arduino has 3 inputs, 3 outputs. And so what I did was basically just sent the data straight through. So the top input, this button, when I press this button, you'll see that top light lights up. So when the button's pressed, the light goes on. It's a very simple use case. But what's great about the Arduino is that we have a lot of logic that we can put in. So just to demonstrate a teeny tiny amount of logic, I used a not statement to say, instead of having the button turn this light on, it turns the light off. So by default, the light is on, and the logic shows how that works. And then the last thing is, it does digital and analog, so I can use this dimmer to control this bar graph. So there's a couple things to know how to use this program well. So first, as with all software, there's setup and initialization and output. It's all taken care of there. You don't have to worry about it. I assume that you're in the situation that I was in, which was I just wanted to play with it. I just wanted to manipulate the data. So that's how there's a sandbox section. Just do a find on the word sandbox and you'll see it. And that's where you should focus your time using this code. And then 1 or 2 other things to note. Funny enough, LittleBits and Arduino speak slightly different languages, so there's some, if you look in the code, I want to just explain what's going on and why we're doing it. So I did a little diagram on the board. Arduino and LittleBits, they all use 0 to 5 volts, but the values that they assign to 0 to 5 volts differ. And Arduino is even wackier because, at least in the default setup, the input values are different from the output values. So the voltage, which is like the truth, that goes from 0 to 5 volts. And you'll see with LittleBits that 0 to 5 volts, you could say that, or you could use their 0 to 99 value scheme. Very simple. That's what's great about LittleBits. Arduino looks at that input, that 0 to 5 volts, and it uses values 0 to 1023. So the first thing I do in the code is I convert Arduino's input at 1023 into a 0 to 99 scale. So when you're in the sandbox, super easy, just keep speaking LittleBits, don't even worry about this 1023 deal. You're dealing with values, analog values, that are 0 to 99. On the output, it's a similar deal. So the output again is 0 to 5 volts. You've now been manipulating the data in a 0 to 99 LittleBits value scheme. But we got to fix that and put it 0 to 255. So the code also takes care of that. So this way the Arduino works properly. Now I'll just show you how you can see that discrepancy between LittleBits values and Arduino values. And that's another fun thing I built into the code. I use the serial monitor to just check those input and output values. So what you'll see is I added just our counter or number thingy from LittleBits so that we can see what this output value is, and it's exactly what we'd expect, right? So when I have the dimmer turned all the way down, it's at 0. When I turn the dimmer all the way up, the bar graph's at the max, it's up to 99. But what does that look like in terms of values for the Arduino? Well, like I said, the Arduino sees that 5 volt signal, that maximum signal, as 1023. On the output, it sees it as 255. So again, just to show you how this stuff works together, the top button, it's default to 0. I click it, it goes to 1, and you can see that we're sending that 1 signal out. The middle, I was saying how it's knotted. So 0, the knot of 0 is 1. That's why by default it's 1. And then when I click the button, I turn on the button, and that turns off the light. The output is 0. Yeah, and then you can see I can just play with the dimmer, and that's going to accordingly adjust the Arduino values. There you go. I hope this has been useful. Just one or two last things to mention. Of course, you need your USB port to work. I couldn't get my USB port to work. I actually had to flip-flop. For whatever reason, one plug didn't work, the other side did. So thank you to Momi, my friend at PubNub, for that tip. And then last, you might say, why do we care about this stuff? Well, at Orange, we're really interested in Internet of Things products, and LittleBits is a great way to prototype Internet of Things products really fast. So they have light sensors and temperature sensors and all this stuff. So I wanted to just dive in and go with my IoT sensors, but I didn't see any code like this. So now that I got the code up and running, you guys can use it, and I'm definitely going to be using it. And I'll be playing with the Internet of Things and smart home. So thanks. If this sounds good, my Twitter is @MikeVladimir. It's in the code, and just send me a thank you. I'd really appreciate it.